There's nobody to project to. Like we can just turn this and just point it at all 12 of you. Make some noise if you're here and not performing.
Woo!
It's like 7 people. And these guys didn't even participate. Oh, did you? Sorry. I'm sorry. I fucked up, guys. I'm sorry. All right. Matt told a story about a bird scooter. That was just a lie. Earlier in the story, you said, you ever look at a bird scooter and think that's more fun than Lyft? Matt, you took the bird scooter because you're banned from Lyft. He's banned. It's just Uber, not Lyft. And he is right. Comedy is in shambles. Our next show is in South Dakota, Harriet, South Dakota, for the Quasi-Centennial. That's fucking stupid. But they pay, so we're doing it. It is PG, so I wrote some new jokes. So it's going to be a long set because I have to write jokes that aren't about cum for that show. What's that?
That might be half your material.
It's more than half. It's almost all of it. The build-up to all those jokes is about me sucking penis. All right, here we go. I stopped drinking. It's been 2 weeks. I gave up drinking for 2 weeks, and I got 5 more weeks. And it sucks. Like I'm not quitting drinking because I have a problem. I'm quitting drinking because I'm always drinking. And I know that sounds like a problem, but it's just because there's always shit to do. There's 2-for-1s, there's open mic, there's fishing, there's all this stuff. I've had a reason to drink every week for the last 8 years. Since I was 16. Yeah, that's North Dakota. When I quit drinking, I thought I would lose weight, and it's just not working. I'm still pretty chubby. I'm chubby enough to the point where I'm mad about getting free food. This is a true story. The other day I got a free pizza. I was at the gas station and I grabbed the hot and ready to go pizza from the gas station. They rang it up and she said, "Oh, you got a free pizza." And I said, "This is so true." I said, "Why?" And she said, "Well, I guess you bought 9 of them." Do you know how bad that is? Oh, my loyalty to the M&H hot and ready pizzas is so loyal. I bought 9 of them and they're giving me free food. This is another true story just happened. I'm getting fat enough to where I'm mad when I see my family. I was at McDonald's the other day, and I went through the drive-thru and I got my meal, and I was in my car watching YouTube, eating my McDonald's. And I'm just locked in doing my thing, and then I see this chubby guy coming up to my car, and I'm like, "Who the fuck is this?" And I'm like, "He's coming to me." So I roll down my window, it's my uncle. And I was like, fuck. This is the most vulnerable state I could be in. I would rather my uncle saw me jacking off than eating McDonald's, watching YouTube in my car. And he walks up to me and he's like, "Have you ever eaten a French fry?" And I was like, "Yeah, Benny, why?" He's like, "Because you're eating those things like you've never had one in your life." I was pissed. I was like, I can't look at my fucking uncle anymore. I've got to move. I'm gaining weight, and something about gaining weight that's interesting is belts. Because when you're a chubby guy, when you wear a belt, you got a little gut spill, and your gut spill rubs on the belt. So I'm constantly adjusting my belt, and the thing that sucks about adjusting your belt is there's 2 ways to do it. You're either a cowboy or a pervert. Because if you do it proud like a cowboy, they got their belt buckles, so they kind of lean back and they kind of do one of these, and that just doesn't feel like me. So if I lean forward and do it, I feel like a pervert. Like I'm tucking my fucking boner up in my belt. New jokes, guys. New jokes. Yeah, so I was thinking a good way to lose weight would just be to eat less. And then I was like, what if I ate one granola bar a day? Like, there's protein in it, there's fiber, there's all the things you need to lose weight. And then I started thinking about, like, well, I don't know if this will resonate with everyone, but when I was a kid in school, first day of school or first week of school, did your teacher make you bring a bottle of water and a granola bar to school? No one had to do that? I went to school in Mandan. Yeah, and I was thinking about that, and I was like, it was an emergency meal is why they made us do that. So the teacher would fill a box with all of our emergency meals in case something happened, so we would have food during the emergency. And then at the end of the year, come on. At the end, yeah, fill this out evenly. Thank you, guys. At the end of the year, you would take the granola bar and the water bottle, and we would watch a movie, and we would drink and eat the snacks. And I was like, what was that? And I realized that was just us celebrating not dying to a tornado every year. That's the saddest celebration there is. This teacher's like, you guys lived. You get a granola bar and a Dasani. Just the thought I had in the car the other day. I started fishing. Fishing is, fish are healthy food to eat. And I heard this little thing. Tell me if you guys know this. Give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, and he'll need a rod. And then he'll need a license to go with the rod. And then you need some lures to go with the rod and the license, because you have to catch fish somehow. And then you'll need minnows, because the lures aren't working. But then you found out that the lake you're fishing on actually doesn't allow minnows because of the eggs they can lay. So then you have to drive back to town and get some worms. And then you'll need gas money from all the back and forth. And it takes a lot to go fishing, so you'll need PTO. So you'll need a job with a PTO, probably have a 401k. I think I'm going to stick to the gas station pizza, guys. That's my point with that. But I do like fish. I'm on a new diet. It's the seafood diet. American Fighter, do you know this diet? I see food.
Eat it.
And I eat it, yep. I'm also on the Seamen diet. Do you know that diet? Oh, yeah. Marines?
Yep.
I can tell by that haircut. Hoorah, brother. Do you like when people thank you for your service?
No. They hate it. No one that ever actually served likes it.
That's why I love it when people thank me for my service. Never served, it just feels good. Anyways, yeah, that Seamen diet I was talking about, the old Navy diet. I see men,
Eat it.
and I suck their big fat cocks. Speaking of, anyone here watch Jackass as a kid? Yeah, and what's the first thing you do as a kid? You watch Jackass, what do you do?
Fucking break something.
You get your friends, you get a video camera, and you reenact Jackass, right? Did anyone else get stuck with the horse semen bit? I was the only kid. Everyone else got to jump bikes, and I kept having to drink horse semen. Was another thing I thought of while driving. A lot of jizz jokes. Harriet's gonna love it. News today I wrote down. Oliver Tree died.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Oliver Tree. He fell down from Earth. He died in a helicopter accident. That's also, yeah, that's pretty quick there. There's a new He-Man movie coming out. Anyone excited for that? I think the liberals are just getting condescending at this point, naming a movie He-Man. I can tell it's a man because his tits are out, and they wouldn't allow it if it was a woman. That's stupid. I cut this kid's haircut the other day. He was a teenager. I fucking hate these teenagers. They're the worst. I'm about 4 cuts in, and he goes, "Oh, it's uneven." I said, "Oh, we're not done." He's like, "Oh, okay." And then the whole haircut, I can see him nervously looking in the mirror, making sure everything's symmetrical and even. And then there's about 5 seconds after he says it's uneven, and he goes, "So do you do this like all the time?" And I was like, "What do you mean by that?" He's like, "Well, is this all you do?" I was like, "Is this my full-time job?" And he's like, "Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's my full-time job." What a terrible way to ask that. You always do that? Or just usually? Or? So I'm cutting this guy's hair, and he just looks fucking concerned the whole time. And then towards the end of it, he goes, "Yeah, man, this looks great." I was like, "Thank you." Like, he's coming around, that's good. And then I put product in and I style it. He's like, "Oh my God, what product is this? It's really good." And then I was like, "This guy is really warming up to me." And I explained what product it is. And then at the end of the haircut, I always go, "What do we think?" Or, it's basically, "I'm done. Do you want to be done too?" And then he goes, "Yeah, it looks okay. I got better product at home, so I'll just use that when I get there. But yeah, it looks okay." I was like, "I'm going to fucking kill you." I hate them. And they all, if I have to hear like "no cap" or "on God" or "for real," I'm going to fucking lose it. I genuinely think that these kids, so 90% of them are worthless people. They're what we call a worthless individual. They get put into that category. 10% of them will be all right. And I think that 10% is going to go so far when they're adults. But I just imagine like the other 90% doing normal jobs. Like when when we're all in our 60s or whatever buying cars, we're going to go to fucking 80 or something. It's be like, "So on God, no cap, for real? 0% APR, 48 months. What do you think? Is that sick or not?" I'm just going to stop buying cars. They are smarter, though. These kids are getting smarter. I was thinking about the other day, like a kid today, like when I was a kid even, I knew what PTSD was. All right, sorry, Marie. This might get touchy. When I was a kid, I knew what PTSD was, and then I think about like World War II. Like these guys are going off to fight wars, and a little kid from today could have gone up to them and be like, "You're gonna be fucked even if you live." Fuck. We're having fun here. It's a funny concept. Someone funnier could do something with that. Yeah, take notes, guys. No, I said someone funnier, Matt. Ooh. You guys hear about the 2 million bees? There's a semi that crashed in North Dakota and 2 million bees escaped.
Yeah.
But I don't even have a joke really about that. That's just hilarious. Like the fucking cop responding to that's like, "I'm allergic. I'm not going. I'm staying." They put out like a public awareness post, like an emergency warning. It's like, if you're allergic, stay the fuck home. We don't know where these 2 million bees are going. Did you guys hear about the president's coming to North Dakota? They're opening the presidential library, and every living president is going to go to it in Medora. So I've been reaching out to every single living president, trying to let me cut their hair. I've been reaching out to all of them, whether you like them or not. I'm like, I want to cut one of these fuckers. And so I was trying to find how to contact these people. And then I got to Bill Clinton. And I was like, where the fuck is his email? And I was like, oh, that old thing. The elusive Clinton email. I get it now. I am serious though. If you guys know a president, help me out. I was talking about the teenagers, the way they talk. I was also thinking about pirates. What was that accent? Where did that go? Imagine you go to buy a car and there's a pirate. 0% APR, 48 months. Sorry guys, these are smart jokes. You ever met someone with grills? This crowd doesn't look like a big grill crowd. I'm talking about the teeth jewelry, not the cooking thing. My favorite thing about people with grills is they spend all this fucking money on grills, so when they talk, they're trying to show it off. Like, yeah, man, so like, if you and the boys, we're going out for 2 for lunch later, so you want to come with? They just look like pissed off or something. I'd be pissed too if I paid that much for yellow teeth. Fuck. I swore I would threaten to kill myself this set. You guys like impressions? I've been kind of doing a little bit of impressions. I got one impression I've been working on. Okay. You guys know The Sopranos? So this is my impression of Tony Soprano if he walked into like a church. So it's Tony Soprano walking to like a Christian church. And he's like walking up to the front. He's probably with somebody. I imagine in the impression he's with somebody. So it's Tony Soprano walking up to the front of a church with somebody. What do you call it? An altar? Tony Soprano in a Christian church, probably with somebody, walking up to the altar. And so it's Tony Soprano narrating in the church, the Christian church, with his friend, walking up to the altar. It's him narrating what he's seeing. He being Tony Soprano is narrating. So he's telling his friend, he's with somebody in the joke. So here's my impression. It's Tony Soprano in a church. All right.
Where's he at again?
It's a Christian church. It's Tony. I imagine he's with like somebody. I don't know. And he's in a Christian church walking to the front. The altar is what? Of the church. Okay, here we go. Jesus Christ. All right, that was Cole Pick. Thank you.